second is the shortstop, Mookie Betts. Batting third, the catcher, Will Smith. Cleanup hitter is the first baseman, Freddie Freeman. Batting fifth, the second baseman, Tommy Edman. Batting sixth in right field, Teoscar Hernandez. Batting seventh, the third baseman, Max Muncy. Kike Hernandez bats eighth. He's in left field. And batting ninth is the center fielder, Andy Pages. Again for the Dodgers, Ohtani, Betts, Smith, Freeman, Edman, Hernandez, Muncy, Kike Hernandez, and Pages. And on the mound for the Dodgers is the right-hander, Tyler Glasnow. Our umpire lineup is presented by Cannon and Dumpy, a premier Milwaukee personal injury law firm with over $1 billion recovered. They're your advocates for justice, no matter the size of your case. Cannon and Dumpy, experience results and justice. First base umpire is Vic Carapazza. At second base, Chad Fairchild. Third base, Mark Ripperger. Down the left field line is John Lipka. Down the right field line, Gabe Morales. And the home plate umpire and the crew chief here this afternoon is James Hoy. Brewers and Dodgers, Game 3 of the NLCS. It is on the way. We'll have more from Jeff after this on the Brewers Radio Network.
Neck and back surgeries can be risky. Your spine deserves the best. That's why professional athletes choose Neurospine Center of Wisconsin. We can help you too. With the top nationally rated spine surgeons in the state for quality outcomes, you can trust the professionals at Neurospine Center of Wisconsin. Get a second opinion in just a few clicks. Now offered virtually throughout Wisconsin. Visit nscwi.com. Whether you want to get back into the game or just get back to life, go where the pros go. Neurospine Center of Wisconsin. Your spine health is our passion.
Truck drivers, don't miss out on the unmatched consistency of a Schneider driving job. At Schneider, you can find a driving position that fits your lifestyle and goals, all while getting the pay you deserve. Plus, Schneider drivers operate state-of-the-art, well-maintained equipment and have access to award-winning benefits and a 24/7 support team. Explore Schneider's huge selection of driving jobs today and find your perfect fit at SchneiderJobs.com. That's SchneiderJobs.com.
Progressive knows there's so many great things about being a sports fan. Like scoring the company box seats. How great is that? Trick plays that actually work. Prevent defense when your team is winning by a lot. And even more preventative prevent defense as they're hanging on by a thread. And of course, saving money when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive. That's pretty great. Just like trick plays that actually work.
Yeah, but how often does that happen?
Complaining about sports? Not so great. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Milwaukee Brewers baseball is being brought to you by Citgo. Miller Lite, it's Miller time. Concordia University of Wisconsin. Usinger's famous sausage. Usinger's in baseball, it's just not summer without them. American Family Insurance. Menards. Prevea Health. Construction Business Group. Wisconsin Infrastructure Investment Now. Delta Dental. Quick Trip. Woodman's Food Markets. Pomps Tire Service. West Bend Insurance, the silver lining. U.S. Cellular, built for us. Carbless, a premium ready-to-drink cocktail. Island Resort and Casino. Hello Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Cousin Subs. Potawatomi Sportsbook. Cedar Crest Ice Cream. Wisconsin Biofuels. Wisconsin Laborers District Council. And the Wisconsin Dental Association. Brewers and Dodgers, Game 3 of the NLCS. First pitch is on the way next on the Brewers Radio Network.
Is your home losing its cool? Upgrade to weather-tight windows and keep the elements where you can see them, outside. Our custom windows are precision crafted to save you money on energy bills while making your home more comfortable.
The beauty of this jersey is the feel, the texture, the thin, the stitching is heavy, so you kind of feel that jersey that was very heavy. Check it out, the last name and the number, they have a little glitter on them, so they kind of stack up. It just feels right. I had some really cool cleats to go with it. The way it gets dirty when you slide, it just kind of like rubs off on that glitter. It's really, really cool.
is Ravine. Drive around the league. It's presented by Construction Business Group, Wisconsin operating engineers and trusted contractors, building Wisconsin together. Of course, the Brewers and Dodgers, not the only game today. You also have the Mariners hosting the Blue Jays. After this one, later on tonight, the Blue Jays getting on the board in the American League Championship Series last night with a blowout victory. So the road team has won all 3 games in that ALCS. Brewers hoping that trend continues here today as they try to take Game 3 of the NLCS. With the play-by-play, here is Jeff Levering.
Thanks so much, Lane, and a reminder that this copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the Milwaukee Brewers Baseball Club. May not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Milwaukee Brewers Baseball Club. Message also brought to you by our friends at the Boucher Automotive Group. Visit them today at Boucher.com. Jackson Churio digs into the right-handed batter's box. Tyler Glasnow is ready to go. Second playoff start for Glasnow. The right-hander kicks and deals. And the first pitch of the ball game is good for a strike, and off we go. First pitch of Brewers baseball brought to you by Carbliss, premium cocktails in a can. Stop at your local grocer. Stock up for the game or for your next tailgate. Carbliss lists more. 0-1 coming. Liner left and caught by Max Muncy before it could get to left field. Snared by the third baseman, Max Muncy. 1 up and 1 down.
Second baseman, number 2, Bryce Terang.
Here's Bryce Terang. 4 for 28 in this postseason for Terang. 1 for 8 in this series. Had a base hit against Yamamoto. One of just 3 hits that the Brewers had against the Dodgers starter in Game 2. First pitch, squaring to bunt, pulls it back and takes high for ball 1. Defensively for the Dodgers, it's all the same. Kike Hernandez, Andy Pages, Teoscar Hernandez left to right in the outfield. 1-0 to Terang is a swing and a miss with a fastball down the middle. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Muncy, Betts, Edman, and Freeman. Third to first on the infield for L.A., and Will Smith does the catching. 1-1 pitch is a strike in the inside corner at 98. Count 1 ball and 2 strikes. William Contreras is due next for Milwaukee. Just underway in a sun-splashed day in Southern California. Breaking ball and a swing and a miss by Bryce Terang. 2 up and 2 down, and it's Contreras. Crowd still coming in, won't get to full capacity till about the 4th inning is my guess. Typical for Dodger Stadium, not just in the postseason, in the regular season as well. Contreras at the plate, 0 for 7 in the series, and takes the first pitch strike right down the middle. The Brewers were ultra aggressive against Yoshinobu Yamamoto in game number 2. And he took advantage of it. Allowed the first pitch homer to Jackson Churio and allowed just 2 base hits after. Contreras takes slightly low for ball 1. Very subtle breeze blowing from left to right, foul pole to foul pole. Blame the pull on the infield. Glasnow with a high set in the pitch. It is off the plate away with a slider. Count goes to 2 balls and a strike on William Contreras. The Brewers have had just 4 hits in the series. And the pitch. It is low. And the count goes in Contreras' favor. 3 balls and a strike. Trying to get on ahead of Christian Yelich as the shadows start to creep towards home plate. 3-1 coming back. And it's high, ball 4. The Brewers have their first base runner on the 2-out walk issued by Tyler Glasnow. Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin walk. Ortho ASAP walk right in. There is a difference. Brings up today's cleanup hitter, Christian Yelich, cleaning up any home damage with Loyal Family, located in Muskego, serving southeastern Wisconsin and across the state. Don't let the out-of-towners handle it. Call locally owned Loyal Family Renovations for a free inspection today. Yelich at the plate, facing Glasnow, and the first pitch is a strike on the inner part of the plate. The count is 0-1 on Yelich. Hitless in this series, 0 for 7. 0 0 for his last 17 going back to Game 3 of the division series. Pitch to Yelich. Swing and a foul off on the left side, and he's in an 0-2 hold against Tyler Glasnow. Crowd will get to about 55,000 once it's at capacity. 0-2 pitch. Low ground ball right past the mound. Glasnow knocks it down. It's going to be a base hit for Christian Yelich. Swinging bunt up the third baseline, and Yelich reaches the first hit of the game for the Brewers. Went to a breaking ball in the outer part of the plate, and Glasnow went over there as if he was going to try and retrieve it. Had no chance whatsoever. So the Brewers have first and second for Andrew Vaughn with 2 outs. The Brewers led Major League Baseball in infield hits during the regular season. Pick up an infield single to extend the inning to Vaughn. Making Glasnow throw some pitches. This is number 15 in this opening frame. Pitch to Vaughn is a strike and got a call on the outside part of the plate with the slider. It's 0-1. 4 for 21 this postseason for Vaughn. He's homered twice and driven in 4. Glasnow sets and deals. Vaughn is swinging a miss. Another slider, and it's 0-2. The Brewers, this is their first at-bat with a man in scoring position today. They had 1 at-bat of this kind in the first 2 games in Milwaukee. 0-2 on Vaughn. Glasnow throws home, and it missed outside with a slider. Crowd wanted it, was about a foot outside. 1-2 on Tyler Glasnow. Vaughn waiting on the big, tall right-hander. 1-2 pitch. Hit foul. And do it again. 97-mile-an-hour fastball into the seats. Glasnow from the middle of the rubber. Contreras and Yelich take their leads from second and first. 1-2 pitch. Bounce towards third. Muncy right by the bag. Field steps on the base. And Glasnow puts up a 0 in the top half of inning number 1. Aaron Ashby gets to work for the Brewers in the bottom half of the first inning. When we come back, no score on the Brewers Radio Network.
All right, I got a couple packs of 1986 Topps baseball cards. Let's open them up and see who's in here. I love the bubble gum. Oh, my. Tom Seaver, but with a White Sox uniform on. The franchise for the Mets. I played with him in 1983, my rookie season, because I was just in awe with these guys when I saw them in spring training and got a chance to play with them. Baseball cards of memories.
Keepers of the Craft, powering Wisconsin.
Shohei Ohtani digs in for the Dodgers in the bottom half of the first inning against left-hander Aaron Ashby, who makes his second start of the championship series, his third overall this postseason. Ohtani, Betts, and Smith No score. First one to Ohtani. Swing and a miss at a 98-mile-an-hour fastball. And it's 0-1. Ohtani went 1 for 5 of the run batted in Game 2. So far, he's 1 for 7 in the series. Lefty-lefty. The 0-1 pitch is a breaking ball for a strike. And it's 0-2 on Shohei Ohtani. He steps out of the batter's box and uses his timeout. Shadows from the top portion of Dodger Stadium getting closer to home plate. They will wreak havoc for the right side of the infield and outfield for the entirety of this game. Right now, everybody in the sunlight as the 0-2 pitch from Aaron Ashby is on the way to Ohtani, and he misses down and away. Fastball at 98. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Jacob Mizorowski starting to play catch in the Brewers' pen. He is going to factor into this game big time. Thought maybe 2 innings from Aaron Ashby. We will see. 1-2 pitch. Ohtani flips it foul left side. Perfectly located fastball in the outside corner at the knees. Ohtani waits on a 1-2. The pitch home is hit down the right field line fair. Extra bases for Shohei Ohtani as Jackson Chourio just now gets to it, bobbles it, and Ohtani is going to lumber into third with a leadoff triple. You cannot fault the pitch from Aaron Ashby. It was a perfect pitch, down and away, and Ohtani just reached out and hit it over the head of Andrew Vaughn down to the right field corner. Really just flipped the bat at the baseball, made contact, and the Brewers have to pull the infield in with nobody out. Mookie Betts coming up. And as soon as Chourio bobbled it, Ohtani was going to end up at third. Pitch to Betts. Swinging a liner, right center, base hit. A run scores. Betts digging for 2. Here comes the throw. It's going to be late. And it's a double. So a triple and now a double. And that's how game number 3 starts in Los Angeles. Going after that first pitch fastball, and it was knee high, right where you want to be if you're Aaron Ashby.
Yeah, the location of both of those pitches, really exactly what he wanted. We've made a lot about the bottom of the Dodgers order carrying the load through the first 2 games. The top really hasn't done much damage, but they're off to a good start here.
Here's Will Smith. Here's the pitch, and it's down low and in the dirt, knocked down by Contreras. Mookie Betts now has the second most postseason hits in Dodger franchise history, behind Justin Turner. More rounds, more games, more playoff appearances. 1-0 Los Angeles. Still nobody out in the bottom of the first. Smith ahead in the count, 1 ball and no strikes. 3 out of 8 in the series, and he takes down and in with a fastball. 2 balls, no strikes on Will Smith. Brewers had first and second with 2 away in the top half of the inning against Glasnow. Andrew Vaughn came up empty. Dodgers have not come up empty. Ashby behind 2-0, lifts the leg and throws home. And he missed low again. 3 balls, no strikes. Freddie Freeman is on deck for Los Angeles. Dodgers have not hit exceptionally well. Runners in scoring position in the series either. 3 for 21 coming in. The boys at the top getting it done early. Will Smith waiting. Here it is. And that's a strike. 99 on that fastball in the inside corner. 3-1 on Will Smith. First inning of Brewers baseball brought to you by Quick Trip. Every drop of gasoline pumped at Quick Trip is backed by our quality guarantee. Quick Trip, proud partner of Brewers baseball. Ashby deals again and fouls it straight back. 3-2 on Smith. Smith waits, pitch home is a curveball called for strike 3. Ashby rings up Will Smith, one away in the first inning. It's a big strikeout in that situation as you face Freddie Freeman. Easily could have been rattled by a first batter triple and then a double on the first pitch. He came back down in the count 3-0, and he rings up Smith. Freddie Freeman at the plate. One away, runner at second. Pitch to Freeman. In tight. From a 98-mile-an-hour fastball. 1 ball and no strikes on Freddie Freeman. 3 for 10 in the series. All 3 of his hits have gone for extra bases. A homer and 2 doubles. Ashby a long look at second base and a turn back that way. And bat's not going anywhere. Not at the moment, at least.
Bring the action.
Ashby at the belt again. And is 1-0. Freeman takes low with a breaking ball. 2 balls, no strikes on Freddie Freeman. Tommy Edman, the number 5 hitter in the order, switch hitter, is in the on-deck circle. 1 out and a run in for the Dodgers. Brewers trailing the series 2-0. Pitch to Freeman. He is low. 3 balls and no strikes. Similar situation where he found himself with Will Smith behind 3-0. See if he can come back in this sequence with Freeman. 2/3 of an inning in Game 2 for Aaron Ashby. After he started Game 1, 3-0 pitch is a ball low, and he walked him. So the 4th place hitter draws a walk, first and second, sets up a double play situation, and that's going to be it for Aaron Ashby. Pat Murphy is on his way out to go take the baseball from his left-hander, and Jacob Mizorowski is going to be in the game in the first. And that pressure cooker is starting to get hot here in L.A. U.S. Cellular called to the bullpen. U.S. Cellular, proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers, reminds you that when the game is on, turn your notifications off with us mode. U.S. Cellular, built for us. Game the Brewers have to have. Here comes...
In Toronto, Guerrero sends over some good stuff for the guys, so when we play in Toronto, I definitely dive into that.
You gotta be careful with Vladdy, bro, because a Dominican breakfast will put you to sleep, bro. ¿Cómo está sonando la comida dominicana ya?
La comida dominicana ya no sé cómo está sonando, porque obviamente mi esposa me cocina. O sea, hay restaurantes, pero no voy a comer comida latina.
.com. Save big on Mastercraft doors and check out more great deals happening now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Fall is here. Now is the time for great tire deals at Pump's Tire Service. And for tuning into Brewers postseason baseball. Right now, get up to $320 off Goodyear Duratrac tires. Up to $230 in rebates on Bridgestone and Firestone tires. Or up to $190 in rebates on Hankook tires. Pump's Tire Service is here to provide you the best value and service. The Pump's team joins you in rooting on the crew. Visit us at pumpstire.com. Pump's Tire Service. We're in your neighborhood.
Jacob Mizorowski is in for the Brewers, his 3rd postseason appearance, 1st of the CS. Faces Tommy Edman at the bottom of the 1st inning, 2 men on and only 1 out. Switches over to the left side of the plate. First pitch is a fastball at 102 for strike one. Mizorowski facing the Dodgers for the second time this year. Did not pitch in this ballpark, but made a great start in Milwaukee against L.A. and outdueled Clayton Kershaw. 0-1. The pitch to Edman is strike two. 102 again at the bottom of the zone. Two quick strikes on Tommy Edman. Oscar Hernandez is on deck. Mizorowski blistering those fastballs at the bottom of the zone early. Edman uses his timeout and digs back in. The Shadows are over home plate now. Mizorowski set to work. Long hold. And now the 0-2. Edman takes down and in 102 miles an hour on that fastball. Edman in this series 3 for 7 with a walk, 8 for 27 overall in the postseason. Guy who was the MVP of the NLCS a year ago for the Dodgers. Another long look at second. 1-2. Flared foul. Got in on his hands with the fastball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Crowd filling in nicely. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Edman. Nothing but fastballs so far. The pitch is high. He's spun a curveball at 89. Mizorowski picked up 2 of the 3 wins for the Brewers in the division series against the Cubs. 2-2 on the way. Swing and a miss. Boy, did he tie him up with a curveball down and in. Edman has gone on strikes. Ortho ASAP number 1 for Mizorowski. Did not pick that baseball up out of his hand at all. He thought that was going to be a fastball in the inner part of the plate. He swung and missed and almost hit him in the back leg. That was nasty.
Wasn't quite Willie Castro as a twin, but it was similar.
Everything but fall into his seat. Teoscar Hernandez waits on Mizorowski, and a toss to second base. Nobody covering, but Bryce Terang was playing behind the bag to receive the throw. Mookie Betts looking at Mizorowski going, why are you throwing it? Nobody's on the base. And Terang was behind him at least. One disengagement now. Big leads. Here's the pitch, and it is a strike in the inside corner with a curveball. 3 straight hooks from Mizorowski. 6th batter to hit in the inning. 1-0 Dodgers. If Miz can keep it to just the 1 run, that's a job well done. Inning started triple-double for the Dodgers. 0-1 coming back. Swing and a foul back. 1-0-2. And Hernandez fouled it off of Contreras' gear. Count 0-2 on Teoscar Hernandez, who's had a great postseason. 4 home runs. He's driven in 10 to lead the Dodgers in both categories. Hit a wall banger in game number 2. That tied the game. His first home run of the CS. 0-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. Fastball on the outside corner, and Mizorowski comes in and K's a pair of Dodgers. We go to the second inning in Los Angeles. 1-0 Dodgers on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
For your fellow fanatics and your number 1 fans. For your game day compatriots.
second inning. 1-0 Los Angeles, Game 3 of the National League Championship Series. Dodgers lead the series 2-0. Just one for the Dodgers in what could have been a much bigger inning as Frelick takes down and in for ball one. Fastball from Glasnow. Mizorowski came in and put out the fire with a couple of Ks of Tommy Edman and Teoscar Hernandez. Frelick 1 for 6 in this series. He pops it up on the left side of the infield. Mookie Betts is under it and makes the catch on the infield dirt. One gone for Caleb Durbin. Brewers baseball brought to you proudly by Miller Lite, the original light beer. Great taste, only 96 calories. It's Miller time. Durbin, a base hit. And the only hit against Blake Snell in Game 1. Takes the first pitch strike from Glasnow. 0-1 the count. The entire catching circle is now covered in the shadows, making their way towards the pitcher's mound. The 0-1 pitch is a breaking ball inside for a ball. Kind of a misnomer that the shadows make a huge difference, but it's really when the pitcher is in the shadows and the sunlight is on the batter's eye where it really starts to take an effect, as that one's down and away on Durbin. Count 2 balls and 1 strike. Pitchers are spinning the baseball so much. Very hard to pick up the rotation out of the hand. Here's the pitch. And it's a strike at the top of the zone on the outside corner. It's 2-2 on Durbin. And back in the day, hitters used to say they could see the seams. And the guys are ripping it so much there are no seams to see. Pitch to Durbin is outside with a breaking ball. 3 balls and 2 strikes. This feels like pitchers are throwing cue balls out there all the time. 3-2 on Caleb Durbin, trying to find a way on. Here's the pitch. And a line drive down the left field line. Long run for Kike Hernandez. Dives and comes up empty. It's up against the wall. Durbin around second. He's headed for third. Here comes the throw, and Durbin is safe with a sliding triple. There's the tying run 90 feet away is Caleb Durbin hustling out of the box, and as soon as Kike Hernandez came up empty on the dive, Durbin kicked it into gear. He was thinking 3. Fastball in the inner part of the plate just pulled his hands in, and Hernandez couldn't keep it in front. And Durbin is at third base, and the infield comes in for Jake Bauers. Maybe that's the break the Brewers need. Bauers in the 8th spot, 3 out of 8 in the playoffs. Glasnow into the stretch and the pitch. And it's a breaking ball down and in for ball 1.
Already seeing a little bit more pressure on Glasnow than they could muster against those first 2 pitchers in Milwaukee.
This is the second extra base hit of this series for the Brewers. The other, the homer by Churio. 1-0 pitch. Bauers looked at a low strike with a curveball. 1-1, and the ball got away momentarily from Glasnow. Not far enough as Muncy with the infield in pounced on it. Durbin took a jab step towards home. No reason to do anything crazy. 1-1 on Jake Bauers. Had the pinch hit double against Roki Sasaki in Game 1. 1-1 pitch is a fastball down and in. 2 balls and a strike from Tyler Glasnow, who's now thrown 30 pitches in the first inning and the third. Yamamoto was at 30 pitches through 3 innings in Game 2. 2-1 to Bauers. It's a strike right down the middle with a fastball. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Bauers. Situation that screams contact. Tying run standing at third. 2-2 pitch from Tyler Glasnow. And a ground ball back up the middle, a base hit. Bauers ties the game with an RBI single in the top of the second inning. His 3rd run batted in this postseason. And the Brewers answer back. That is such a big hit for Jake Bauers, and it didn't have to be a hit. It could have been a sacrifice fly or something to drive that run home from third. But to get that run and answer, massive at Dodger Stadium. Joey Ortiz at the plate. Glass now straightens up, and a toss to first has Bowers back with a dive.
You could almost feel the exhale from that first base dugout that the Brewers came up with a big hit in that spot.
First hit with a man in scoring position for the Brewers since Bowers did it in Game 3 of the division series. The pitch to Ortiz is low for ball 1. Ortiz just 2 for 16 this postseason. 0 for 3 with a walk in this series. Here's the pitch. Runner goes. It's a swing and a miss. Throw to second base is going to be offline. Bowers steals second base. Brewers tried to pull a hit and run. The throw on the extreme first base side of second. Bowers sliding in with a stolen base. Another donation, Special Olympics Wisconsin, courtesy of Delta Dental and Delta Vision on that steal. 2 great plans, one name you trust. Now another man in scoring position for Ortiz. 1-1 is a breaking ball low. Barely. 2 balls and a strike. These are the kind of at-bats the Brewers had all season long. Been missing in the championship series, the 2-1. It's a strike at the top of the zone. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Joey Ortiz. Ortiz had a ton of at-bats with men in scoring position over the course of the season and hit .280 in those circumstances. Throw to second base is off the glove of Edman and into center field. Bowers will get up. He'll move to third, and that's a big error by Glasnow. A throw that he did not have to make. Got under the throw, and then Tommy Edman couldn't bring it in. It's an E1, and that changes the at-bat significantly. The infield comes in for the Dodgers, and Ortiz with a fly ball to moderately deep outfield scores Bowers easily. 2-2, need some contact. The pitch. Ground ball left side. Muncy gloves. He's going to come home. Here comes the throw, and they got him. The Brewers put the contact play on. Ball was hit on the ground. It was a diving stab by Max Muncy at third base. Got up, spun, and made a perfect throw home to get Jake Bowers. That's just a good defensive play by Max Muncy. It's all you can say. Tip your cap there. Ortiz put it in play, but Bowers thrown out by Muncy. Fielder's choice for Ortiz. He's at first for Jackson Churios. Second at bat for him. Glasnow throws home. And a line drive into right. Teoscar Hernandez makes the catch. Side retired. Churio hit it right on the nose, but Hernandez had it played perfectly. The Brewers get a run on the RBI single by Bowers. They've tied the game after an inning and a half at Dodger Stadium.
Well, we certainly served it up over the plate. This is a burger fit for a home run king, the 99 burger in honor of Aaron Judge. They sell a bazillion of these at Yankee Stadium. It looks pretty good. I feel like we passed the test. What about you?
I think so.
into the gap in right center and in for a hit.
And that was a botch of what should have been a single.
It sure was.
Went right off the heel of Teoscar Hernandez's glove when he boxed it.
I mean, Torkelson threw a baby overhand. He couldn't catch it.
How about that? First ball to the rookie making his major league debut. He loses it in the sun.
Choose unleaded 88. Learn more at wibiofuels.org.
Bottom of the second inning, 1-1 game. Jacob Mizorowski back to work. He'll face Muncy, Kike Hernandez, and Andy Pages. 7, 8, and 9 in the Dodger order. Muncy had a big game in Game 2 and takes a first pitch strike with a slider at 95, and it's 0-1. 1 for 4 with a big home run that took it from a 2-1 ball game to a 3-1 ball game. 0-1 coming back, and it's down low with a curveball. 1 ball, 1 strike on Muncy. Reminder from Schneider and their professional truck drivers: slow down, move over, drive safely in work zones. 1-1 on Max Muncy, playing to pull all the way. Mizorowski throws home, and he missed inside with a curveball. And that curveball's dancing around for Jacob Mizorowski big time. First appearance ever at Dodger Stadium. First appearance of this championship series. Came in with 1 out in the first inning. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. That was that slider, and his helmet popped off and his glasses almost popped off. And again, not quite Willie Castro of Minnesota, but you're starting to see some really awkward swings on that breaking ball in the inner part of the plate to these Dodger hitters from Miz.
Miz's stuff has looked great. His command has been good. And then you pair that with this time of day. It is a tough combination for opposing hitters.
2-2. Here's the pitch. And it's high with a fastball at 102. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Max Muncy. Brewers with some good swings against Tyler Glasnow. 1+ time through the order. 3-2 pitch is a ground ball to the right side. Easy play for Bryce Terang, who fields and throws for out number 1. 4-3 ground out. Kike Hernandez is the hitter. Postseason baseball's the best kind, so make sure you enjoy it with the best Wisconsin has to offer. Award-winning Pine River cheese spreads, Cedar Crest tasty ice cream and custard, and America's finest sausage from Usingers. All 3 the best of the best, so bring home a winner with Wisconsin's triple play. Usingers, Cedar Crest, and Pine River. Kike Hernandez waiting on the first pitch from Mizorowski. A big swing and a miss at 101-mile-an-hour fastball. It's 0-1. 4 for 7 in this series is Hernandez with a pair of doubles. Scored a couple of times in game number 2. Righty-righty matchup. Mizorowski deals and a swing and a miss at a 96-mile-an-hour slider. 0-2 on Kike Hernandez. Mizorowski at the belt. Lifts the leg and deals. And a foul off on the right side. 102-mile-an-hour fastball right on the outside corner. And apparently a fan made a nice catch in the upper tank. Oh, 2 coming back. Swing and a miss. He struck him out with a slider for out number 2. Third strikeout for Mizorowski. And Andy Pages with 2 outs, nobody on base, coming up for L.A. The stuff is filthy this afternoon for Jacob Mizorowski as he does some field maintenance on his landing area out there on the mound. James Hoy, the crew chief and home plate umpire, out to say, hey, everything working okay for you out there. I'm sure if you're a Dodgers groundskeeper, you're not used to guys landing in the spot that Mizorowski lands in. Pages waiting, and the first offering is a strike right down the middle at 102. Now you've got two of the tallest pitchers in Major League Baseball, with Glass now at 6'8", and Miz just a couple of inches shorter than that. Some serious ground to gain. Pages fouls it back, 101 under his hands, and it's 0-2.
Yeah, we talk about the velo, but the extension is such a big part of it, too, with Mizorowski. It almost plays up above the 102. You look at when he lets go of the ball, how far down the mound he is.
It's almost 52 feet. 0-2 pitch. Hit down the right field line. This has some slice. Chourio lost it in that sun, and it lands foul and up against the wall. But that was certainly a catchable ball, and you're starting to see how that sun is going to wreak havoc at Dodger Stadium. He's got shades on, and that's a good thing he needs them, but that ball was up in the air. He had no idea where it was, and thankfully it fell foul. It is going to be a challenge. 0-2 the count on Andy Pages. The pitch fouled back. Stays at no balls and 2 strikes. Pages uses his timeout. Shohei Ohtani's on deck. You'd love to see him with nobody on base. 0-2 on Pages. Miz deals. Ground ball fair inside the bag. Durbin slides, pops up, throws to first. It's late. Couldn't have played it any better if you're Caleb Durbin. Andy Pages, too much speed. And an infield single to extend the inning to Shohei Ohtani. Durbin at the worst, holding Pages to a single as opposed to a double if it gets by him. Ohtani with a leadoff triple in the bottom of the first inning. Came around to score on the double by Betts. Faces Mizorowski. And the pitch. Down and in. Threw him a slider. 1 ball, no strikes. Remember the start that Mizorowski had against the Dodgers back in July in Milwaukee. First batter he faced was Ohtani, and he took him deep. And after that, Mizorowski was as good as anybody in Major League Baseball for the next 6 innings. The pitch. Swinging a bouncer, hit to second. Terang stays down on it, throws to first. Ohtani is out. The side is retired for the Dodgers. 2-out base hit is all as we go to the third in L.A. 1-1 ball game in Game 3 of the NLCS on the Brewers Radio Network.
And you're just too stylish to have superstitions.
Zero. I can't do it. Too many collar cleats, too many gloves, too many webbing gloves, too many bats.
I do put on my right glove first, then the left, then the thumb guard, then I put on my leg guard, my elbow guard.
Anything you put on first?
Nah, not really.
Nothing?
Nah. I like to say I'm not superstitious, but a little stitious.
All right, Ryan, PSA dove in. Do we have them graded?
We do. This is the first set of graded cards from the 2024 Topps MLB Network set.
I'm so excited about this. Now, they all have the same grade, or?
No.
So one of us will be like the highest graded card.
Could be. There could be multiple. So first up, we got Mark DeRosa.
Of course, D-Rose a 10 out of 10. Handsome, athletic. All right.
Kinga. Broken bat for Freeland. A ball to second. Corner boots it. Everybody's safe. Whatever superstition you have, you're employing it right now.
Not sure why that was Barger's ball, and he misjudged it.
He literally has a shirt that says "dump here." He's got a 62 shirt. That's pretty awesome. That's just impressive preparation.
Visit zbar.com for the location near you.
Bryce Terang leads it off for the Brewers in the third inning. We're tied 1-1, and stepping in with the play-by-play. Here's Lane.
All right, thank you very much, Jeff. Glasnow has thrown 38 pitches through the first two innings, and the first offering to Terang is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Brewers have had multiple base runners in each of the first two innings against Glasnow. They have had some good at-bats, much better than what we saw in Milwaukee against Snell and Yamamoto. 0-1, and Terang able to check on a curveball that missed outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. That was a lot of the talk coming out of those first two games in Milwaukee. As Glasnow kicks the leg and brings home the 1-1, and the breaking ball, a swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. The Brewers, always hear the term ball strike with the Brewers and how they do it so well. But Snell and Yamamoto were just elite on Monday and Tuesday. 1-2. Here's a chopper up the first baseline foul. Stays at a ball and 2 strikes. But I think today so far you've seen the Brewers look more like themselves. More like what you saw from them in the 9th inning as well against Roki Sasaki and Blake Trinan in Game 1 on Monday night. They have gotten deeper into counts. They have found some pitches off. They have battled, found themselves on base. 1-2. Swing and a foul by Terang. Just got a piece of it and bounced it back behind home plate. Stays at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Terang struck out against Glasnow back in the first inning. 0 for 1 so far in this game. And the 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Struck him out with a fastball at 96. Right down the middle, about belly button high. Terang, a strikeout victim for the second time this afternoon. And there's one away for William Contreras. Shadows continuing to make their way across that infield, pretty much cutting the infield in half right now, right down the middle of the mound. So Glasnow stands in the sun, but his feet and everything else in the shadows. As first pitch brought home to Contreras, he is outside with a sinker, and it's 1-0.
Would you say the Shadows are bifurcating the infield?
That is 100% the right term. An oldie but a goodie as well. Oh, important word on this broadcast. Bifurcate. The 1-0 is high. 2 balls and 0 strikes.
I'm just glad I used it correctly.
You did. Absolutely. I think. I don't know that we ever really determined if we were ever using that word correctly. 2 balls and 0 strikes on Contreras, the pitch. And he takes a strike with a slider. It's 2-1. That came from the 2018 season. Our good pal and broadcast partner, Uke, had to record a video for Jim Gray. He was going into the Boxing Hall of Fame. 2-1 on Contreras and the pitch. A swing and a miss over the top of a slider. It's 2-2. And they asked for everybody that submitted a video to congratulate Jim Gray to use a word at the end that would describe Jim and the way they know him and their relationship with him. 2-2. Contreras lays off a slider down and away, and he's worked the count full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. And so Uke said, give me some off-the-wall word that would have nothing to do with Jim Gray. I'm going to use that. So we said, well, how about bifurcate? You could never heard of it before, but he used it. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Down with the slider, just down below the zone. Contreras offered at it, and back-to-back strikeouts for Glass now here in the third. There's 2 away for Yelich. And the term bifurcate became an inside joke in this booth for the rest of time.
Just glad I could bring it back.
Yeah. It is bifurcating the infield. Just dividing it. First pitch to Yelich is a strike with a curveball at the bottom of the zone. Really working the bottom of the strike zone, especially with that off-speed stuff for Glass now. We are tied at 1, top of the third inning. 2 outs, nobody on. Glass now is 0-1, and Yelich took inside with a fastball at 97. 1 ball and 1 strike. Now that infield single back in the first. Glass now is 1-1. Way inside and all the way back to the backstop. Yanked on a fastball at 95. 2 balls and 1 strike. And again, Brewers, even though the first 2 retired, both were not quick at bats. Turang nor Contreras. And now Yelich ahead in this count. And they have pushed Glass now up over 50 pitches. 53 pitches with 2 outs here in the third inning. 2-1. Swing and a miss. Over the top of the slider, it's 2-2. And we've talked a lot throughout this series, Jeff, about getting into that Dodgers bullpen. It would be an even bigger deal if you could do it in day 1 of these 3 consecutive games in Los Angeles. Crowd making some noise. 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Swung over the top of another slider. It is sliders down at the bottom of the strike zone right now for Glass. Now he is living down there. And he struck out the side in the third. We go to the bottom of 3. Tied at 1 on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
Cannon and Dunphy congratulates the hometown team for making the...
Well, we had a special guest on the field before the game today, Pepe the Penguin.
Pepe was a little cranky today.
If you're at the ballpark with your kid, what's most important? You got to get snacks for Junior. This is a rare father-son first base coaching combo.
Well, after Dinger put up a sign that said, "Mrs. Met, call me," Mrs. Met has her response.
That hit my bat. That was a foul ball I want to hit. He was trying to stay in the hit. See, look, he said foul ball, foul ball. He didn't want to go down to first base. He wanted to hit.
Take a look at what we find. Looks like we've got Lauren Shahadi.
Animation is great.
We got Robert Flores, one of the stars of MLB Central with Lauren Shahadi. Then we got Mark DeRosa. Look at that. He looks like Superman, does he not? Right?
He was when he was with the Cubs.
Harold Reynolds looking ripped in a tracksuit in Studio 42. There I am. The hair's all
I know this guy.
Look at that jawline.
Talk to me.
This is called a Crawford dog. Hamburger bun.
Yes.
2 split top Angus beef hot dogs griddled on the skillet, on the plancha.
Amazing.
And then we do a bacon onion jam with Crawford Bock beer.
Pick it up like a burger.
Pick it up like a burger and you just go in, man.
Let's go to town.
Yeah.
Dude. Oh, best hot dog I've ever had. Best hot dog I've ever had. I love this, man.
This is how I grew up eating hot dogs.
It's a 1-1 ball game as we go to the bottom of the third inning here at Dodger Stadium. Miz back out there. 26 pitches so far. Mookie Betts to lead things off for L.A. First pitch is up and in with a curveball. It's 1-0. Here's a club you want to get into. Club Citgo super easy app. It opens the door to great fuel savings and more. Sign up and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. Mizorowski's 1-0. And a fly ball to center. Hit well. Back on it is Frelick to the very edge of the warning track. Maybe 2 steps shy of it. Makes the catch for the first out here in the third inning. That's 1 for 2. And Will Smith now the batter. Download the Club Sitco app today. Smith called out on strikes against Ashby back in the first inning. 0 for 1. First time facing Mizorowski today. Miz has been good so far. First offering to Smith is in there for a strike on a slider at 96. About belt high, and it's 0-1. 1 pitch. That missed off the plate away with a slider. 1 ball and 1 strike. Be fun to watch Mizorowski over the next couple of years continue to grow and develop. I think we're just scratching the surface of what he can be. 1-1 is a strike at the knees with a curveball, and it's 1-2. As he, Jeff, gets more command of that slider and that curveball, and he can start to land those pitches early in counts, he could become just that much more complete of a pitcher. We've seen him do that at times here today. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him with a slider at 96. Another strikeout for Miz. That is his 4th. In relief so far here today. Start healing faster with Ortho ASAP. Meet with a specialist today. Learn more at orthowisconsin.com. 2 down. And here's Freddie Freeman.
I think, Lane, the big thing for Mizorowski is that he is still learning himself more than anything else. And these are big tests.
Repeatable mechanics. First pitch to Freeman is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Understanding, sequencing, all those things. The thing is, with the stuff that he possesses, you don't have to be as great as some of the others at those things. You just have to be good enough because the stuff will take care of the rest. 0-1, swing and a miss. Freeman was late on a fastball at 101, and it's 0-2.
Those are the things that he is learning, operating when he doesn't have his best stuff. Still got to be able to throw strikes. He's been great in the postseason.
Man, he has been one of the Brewers' MVPs in the postseason. The 0-2 pitch just missed off the plate away. That is a good miss on 0-2. A slider, maybe a baseball and a half off the plate. That is another great example of the command he has today. That was a great miss from Jacob. 1-2. And he went out there again with a curveball this time. And again, Freeman didn't offer. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Learning how to become a pitcher and not a thrower. It's part of the process for every young pitcher. 2-2 pitch is down in the dirt with a curveball. Backhanded pick by Contreras. And the count is full, 3-2. Freeman walked back in the first inning. That was the last batter that Ashby faced before Mizorowski came in. So Mizorowski facing his 9th hitter. He's going through this order for a first time at the conclusion of this Freeman at bat. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Went back to the slider. Couple of strikeouts, Ortho ASAP style for Jacob Mizorowski. He's been outstanding so far this afternoon. We go to the 4th inning, tied at 1 on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
The chips that you like are not on sale this week, so...
Flip with the glove. That was not a good idea.
All he needed to do was try to get the lead guy by giving him a nice, easy feed.
No, stay on your feet. No. I thought he was going to stay on his feet.
Uh-oh. The Goose did not know that the game was starting.
Maybe the Goose thought it was 6:45 first pitch time.
Oh, man, off the glove and off the dome. He's saying, oh, man, what happened? It's a moment that he'll never forget, and that'll be on the blooper everywhere.
I can't imagine transitioning from loving baseball cards to then knowing it's inevitably coming that you're going to be on baseball cards. What was that moment like for you?
Yeah, I think the first card I saw was when they did something for USA Baseball, and then now seeing my face, seeing me playing baseball on a card, it was surreal. It wasn't that it was that moment where like, wow, this is really something.
We go to the top of the fourth inning here at Dodgers Stadium. A 1-1 ball game. Brewers and Dodgers. Game 3 of the National League Championship Series. Glass now at 55 pitches, facing Andrew Vaughn to lead things off. And the first pitch to Vaughn is a strike. And it's 0-1. Vaughn, a fielder's choice back in the first, 0 for 1. Glass now looks in and brings home the 0-1 pitch, and Vaughn able to check on a curveball down low, 1-1. Brewers were able to get a lot of pressure against Glass now in the first 2 innings, but he struck out their side in the third. 1-1 pitch. Vaughn took outside with a fastball, and it's 2-1. Already the Brewers have been ahead in more counts than what we saw in Games 1 and Games 2. It would almost be impossible for that not to be the case, though. That's how good Snell and Yamamoto were. 2-1. And Vaughn took a strike right at the belt at the very top of the strike zone. 2-2.
2 historic performances.
Yeah, really were. It's hard sometimes to accept in that moment in those games that you just have to tip your cap, but that's the game of baseball. When a guy is that good, as both of those two were, there's only so much you can do as an opposing lineup. 2-2 is down and away, and the count is full. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes here. Vaughn 0 for 8 in this series. Had a couple of really big swings in the National League Division Series. And the pitch, called third strike, and Vaughn knew it. A sinker at 97 on the outside edge. And it's been 4 straight strikeouts now for Glass now. Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID on the Brewers Radio Network. Sal Frelick, the batter here. A 1-1 ball game in the top of the 4th inning. First pitch. Sal took a strike on the inside edge with a sinker. That one didn't have to be. 97, looked like it might have missed in off the plate. Very close pitch, though. Glass now's 0-1. And a swing and a miss over the top of the curveball. No balls and 2 strikes. Frelick popped up to short to open up the 2nd inning. 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Curveball down in the dirt. Smith picks it up out of the dirt, applies the tag on Frelick. And wow, as Tyler Glass now turned it up to a different level after the Brewers got to him a little bit in those first 2 innings. He has now struck out the last 5 that he's faced and retired 7 in a row. Here's Caleb Durbin. Glass now looks into him. And the pitch. Missed high, and it's 1-0. Mizorowski with a 1-2-3 flawless bottom of the third inning. Brought to you by Carbless Premium Cocktails in a Can. 1-0 pitch, a little high, 2 balls and no strikes. Proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers. Stop at your local grocer and stock up for the game. At home or for your next tailgate. Carbless, less is more. 2-0 pitch, and Durbin swings on and fouls it, backing out of play, 2-1. Jeff, you had mentioned it earlier. This is probably about as tough of a time of day to hit as there will be. Everybody's in the shadows in terms of the battery, and Durbin at the plate, but the batter's eye is in complete sunlight right now. 2-1, down and away. 3 balls and 1 strike. Durbin seems to be seeing glass now about as well as any of the Brewers so far. Had the triple in the second inning and has been able to not leave the zone so far in this at-bat. 2 outs, nobody on here. Glass now looks in. 3-1 to Durbin. That's high, and he works the walk. So Durbin is aboard for the second time today. Ortho ASAP, walk right in. Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, there is a difference. And now that'll get Jake Bauers to the plate. And in the postseason, this has been as good of a bat as the Brewers have had. Extends the inning as well. Glasnow's about to throw his 70th pitch, Jeff.
Yamamoto wasn't there until the 6th.
Yeah. And now he'll step off and use a disengagement. So
that was a really clunky step off, too. They could have got him for a balk there.
Kind of looked like he drug his back cleat over the rubber as he was trying to step off. Pitch to Bauers. He's in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. So Durbin at first with 2 outs here. Bauers had the RBI single in the second that tied this game at 1 apiece. Now is 0-1. There goes the runner. Pitch is inside. Throw to second. He is not in time. Under the tag was Caleb Durbin. Betts was there covering. Tried to get the tag down, but Durbin got underneath of it. And this has been a problem for Tyler Glasnow. He does not hold runners well. And the Brewers clearly showing you here early that if they can get somebody to first base, they're going to run a little bit when Glasnow's in this game. So a stolen base for Durbin, and the Brewers will have another at-bat now with a runner in scoring position. Another donation to Special Olympics Wisconsin as well. Pitch to Bauers, in there for a strike, and it's 1-2. That stolen base donation to Special Olympics Wisconsin, courtesy of Delta Dental and Delta Vision. 2 great plans in one name across. Crowd making some noise now. Durbin's at second, 2 outs. 1-2 is the count on Bauers. Glasnow kicks, delivers, and missed outside. It's 2-2. Tried to clip the outside edge with a backdoor curveball, but it was off the plate away, and Bauers didn't chase. Glasnow looks in, and the pitch, and a called third strike. That time he landed a curveball. Bauers goes down looking, and the inning is over. 3 more strikeouts in the inning for Tyler Glasnow. He has been really good so far this afternoon. We go to the bottom of the 4th, tied at 1 on the...
All right, so here's the Mets home jersey. To me, growing up in New York, also a very iconic jersey. The blue pinstripes that represented the Dodgers. Got the orange outline, which represented the Giants, which are the 2 teams that left New York. And then subsequently, the Mets were created. You know, my parents were Mets fans growing up. And this was a jersey that I also dreamed of wearing.
In the meantime, let's enjoy championship baseball in Milwaukee.
Tied at 1 as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning here at Dodger Stadium. Tommy Edman to lead things off for L.A. Mizorowski back out there on the mound for the Brewers. 38 pitches so far for the Miz. First pitch to Edman is a swing and a miss. And a slider at 95 on the inside edge, and it's 0-1. Edman struck out against Mizorowski back in the first inning. 0-for-1 today. Mizorowski's pitch is in there with a curveball for a strike, and it's 0-2. And he has really landed that secondary stuff, whether the slider or the curveball, so far this afternoon. And Edman, the switch hitter, hitting left-handed, is going to use his timeout and step out of the box.
He's thrown his secondary stuff as much as his fastball. 14 fastballs, 14 sliders, 12 curveballs. That's good.
0-2 pitch. And that is a call, third strike. A fastball at 100 on the outside edge. And boy, did he make life hard on Tommy Edman in that at bat. Another ortho ASAP strikeout. That is 6 now for Mizorowski. And there's one away for Teoscar Hernandez.
Showed him everything except for his changeup. Slider, curveball, heater away. That was a perfect sequence.
So here's Hernandez. Mizorowski first pitch to Hernandez. Missed down and away with a slider. It's 1-0. That's one of those. You didn't like any of those, did you? As he walks back into the dugout. None of those are fun. 1-0 to Hernandez. He is a tapper over the head of Mizorowski. Charging it is Ortiz. Scoops and throws to first in time. And they got him. Nice play by Joey Ortiz coming in to get that ball. Becomes a tough play once it gets over the head of Mizorowski. But Ortiz, as good as anybody in baseball at coming in and playing those balls on the grass. And getting the ball out of the glove so quickly. The transfer on that play is so impressive. 2 away, and here's Max Muncy. And Mizorowski's thrown just 5 pitches in this inning so far. First offering to Muncy is just a touch outside of the curveball. It's 1-0.
He's going to have to earn it against Muncy, one of the most patient hitters in the big leagues.
Muncy has drawn 60 walks in the postseason in his career. 1-0 pitch. Missed outside, 2 balls and no strikes. A lot made about his home run Tuesday night. That was his 14th in his postseason career as a Dodger. New Dodgers record. But the 60 walks also stand alone as well in Dodgers history. Two balls and no strikes on Muncy. Long hold for Miz and the pitch. Missed high. That was the slider that time, and it's 3-0. So he's fallen behind to Muncy. We haven't seen him fall behind much in this outing. Mizorowski's been on it all afternoon long so far. He's at 46 pitches and counting. .30 pitch. And that one caught the outside edge with a fastball at 100. 3-1. 99.9 on the radar gun, so he did take a little off that one. 3-1 pitch. Another strike with another fastball. That one at 101. Muncy was starting to turn his shoulders and walk toward first. That was a perfect pitch from Mizorowski. I think Mizorowski was actually probably trying to just cruise that one right down the middle. Ended up clipping the outside corner, but got the call, and it was the right call. 3-2 on Muncy. Mizorowski looking in. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Dropped a curveball in there on Max Muncy on a 3-2 count. And he gets a strikeout, his 7th of the afternoon. We go to the fifth inning. We're tied at 1 on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
Craving something sweet? Step into the flavor of a good old...
The biggest thing we're bringing is a brand new Tony Gwynn drop I did with his estate. So we just signed a deal at therealist.com to actually go through his entire archives, present them, and auction them off. And to announce it, we did this limited edition 1994 The Lost Season card. Because, you know, between August of 93 and May of 95, Tony Gwynn batted 406 in 162 games. So in the back, we have the stats of what could have been.
Been quite a ball game so far. We are tied at 1 as we head to the fifth inning, and back in with the play-by-play. Here's Jeff Levering.
Thank you so much, Lane. Joey Ortiz digs into the batter's box, and the first pitch from Glasnow is high for ball 1. Appreciate everybody tuned in to Brewers baseball. Where you may be doing, getting dinner ready, getting set, hopefully to get the Brewers back in the win column for game number 3 this evening. Appreciate you tuning in all along the Brewers Radio Network. A 1-1 tie. Ortiz, Churio, and Bryce Turang against Tyler Glasnow. It's 75 pitches in his outing. Fielder's choice ground out for Ortiz. First time up, and he takes a strike. It's 1-1. Fastball right down the middle at 96. Shadows covering the entire infield now. Here's the delivery, and it's a strike. 98, outer third. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Second time through for Tyler Glasnow. He's retired all but 1 batter. Pitch home. Ground ball, foul outside of third, just past Jason Lane in the third base coaching box. And using it, and getting a lot of his outs with off-speed stuff. That has been something that the Dodgers have done a ton the first 3 games of this series. Pitch to Ortiz. Bouncer hit towards the middle. Betts ranging behind the bag. Throws to first in time. 1 away in the 5th. Top of the order. About ready to face Glasnow for a 3rd time. Jackson Churio's 0 for 2 of the pair of lineouts. 1 to third and 1 to right. See if he can find some greenery in the outfield, or maybe some bleachers out in the grandstands. Here's the pitch, and it misses low. The Brewers have led for all of a half an inning. Churio hit the leadoff home run in the bottom of the first inning in game number 2, and then the Dodgers came right back and scored 2 in the top of the second. 1-1 game in the 5th. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He dropped a curveball on Jackson Churio, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Last hit for the Brewers was Jake Bauer's run-scoring single in the second. A run on 3 hits for Milwaukee, a run on 3 hits for the Dodgers. Glass now into his stretch and is 1-1. Churio takes down and away, another breaking ball. Steady diet of breaking balls, we told you that. The Brewers coming into this game had only seen 94 fastballs of the 247 total pitches. That's 38%. A lot of off-speed. A few shakes, and the pitch is low. Just did beat the pitch timer. It was winding down, and Glass now just decided to lift the leg and get going. Count 3-1 on Jackson Churio after the near miss on the 2-1 pitch. 3-1 coming. Ground ball blistered to short. Betts has it and throws to first. 2 away. That ball was scalded by Jackson Churio, but right at Mookie Betts at shortstop.
Everything he's hit today has been well struck, but he's 0 for 3. It's the way the game goes sometimes.
Last one 107 off the bat, but just 2 steps to the right of Mookie Betts. Bryce Terang 0 for 2 at 2 Ks. 7 strikeouts for Glass now. Pitch to Bryce is a curveball for a strike on the outside corner. 85 pitches now for Tyler Glass now. The Brewers are going to get out of that bullpen, just a matter of when. Starts to loosen now. Pitch to Terang, line towards the gap in left center. Over to make the catch, though. Kike Hernandez, side retired. Ball hit hard, but nothing to show for it. Brewers go 1-2-3 in the 5th. We're halfway home at Dodgers Stadium. 1-1 game on the Brewers radio.
And 5549 Line X3. Tax, title, license, and doc fee extra.
8-9-1 due up for the Dodgers in the bottom of the 5th inning. A quick vibe check. A cooler full of Vizzy Hard Seltzer. That's a big vibe. Vizzy Hard Seltzer, the seltzer that passes the vibe check. Well, it wouldn't be a game at Dodger Stadium without a beach ball on the field. First one of the postseason, at least. The Brewers have been here, so Jackson Churio ran over there and picked it up off the warning track. Tossed it back into the bleachers, and I bet that beach ball ends up in the outfield again before it's too long in the tooth. Wind picking up, blowing from left to right. As Jacob Mizorowski and William Contreras trying to figure out whether or not they can hear each other, and it seems as if we're going to be okay. Everybody's on the same page. Kike Hernandez digs in. One of the 7 strikeouts for Mizorowski thus far. Riding with him. And the first pitch, breaking ball for a strike at the knees. Curveball from Mizorowski. He has been evenly distributing his pitches. Fastballs, curveballs, sliders. 0-1 on Hernandez. Miz deals and just missed off the outside corner with a slider at 94. 1 ball, 1 strike. Only 1 base runner against Mizorowski. That was the infield single by Pages with 2 outs in the second. 1-1 coming. Swing and a miss. There's the curveball again. And it's 1-2. Both of these teams have been stymied since the second inning. The Brewers tied it in the top of the second inning and have had just 1 base runner against Glasnow since then. First 2 batters reached against Aaron Ashby. Triple, double for the Dodgers. They've had 2 base runners since then. That was in the first. 1-2 pitch. Fly ball on the infield for Bryce Terang. On the infield dirt, makes the catch. 1 up and 1 down. That's 8 in a row set down by Miz. Well, the postseason is in full swing. Don't miss out on any of your favorites like Usinger, brats, Polish, Italians, so much more. Grab a couple of all beef franks and pop those in too. Knockwurst, Jockwurst, they're perfect for any season, as long as they're Usingers. Pages, an infield single. And the pitch from Mizorowski, a swing and a miss at a slider right down the middle. It's 0-1. Hitting an even 100 is Andy Pages in the postseason. 0-1 pitch is a strike. Slider that backed up on Mizorowski over the inside corner for strike 2.
Jeff Mizorowski at 55 pitches, 4 innings now. You let him go until his stuff tells you that you shouldn't, right? I don't even think you worry about pitch count at this point. You go as long as you're effective.
The Brewers are going to ride it. You got the first game of 3 straight, hopefully, at Dodger Stadium. 0-2 on Pages. Mizorowski throws, and a ground ball hit to the left side. Ortiz on the backhand field, straightens up, throws across to get Pages. 2 up and 2 down for Shohei Ohtani. Tripled and scored back in the first, and then hit a ground ball to Bryce Terang in the second inning. Ohtani waits on Mizorowski. First offering. Swing and a foul at a curveball. And it's 0-1. These are the at-bats that you tune in for. One of the young superstars on the mound in Jacob Mizorowski in Major League Baseball against arguably the best player in Major League Baseball. 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. He was late on a fastball at 101. It's 0-2 on Shohei Ohtani, and he's got a bit of a smile on his face as he steps out of the batter's box, looks at James Hoy with a wry smile and says, timeout. He digs back in. Now, this is great. This is what baseball's all about right now. 0-2, Mizorowski at the belt. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out with a curveball. Ohtani is gone. The Dodgers are gone. We head to the 6th inning, all tied 1 apiece on the Brewers Radio Network. Presented by American Family Insurance.
Enbridge's Line 5 pipeline is critical energy infrastructure running through northwestern Wisconsin, making possible fuels needed to heat homes and schools, dry crops, and power transportation across our region. Enbridge has proposed rerouting a portion of Line 5.
Oppo Taco.
I'm going to guess it's an opposite field, upper deck, maybe something like a...
Yeah, home run to the opposite field. You got it.
This is a good one, a hack.
I don't know. I mean, is it the same as like the layman's term hack, like a bad chef?
You've guessed correctly.
Okay.
Someone's a hack, someone that's just mailing it in.
Yeah.
They're not putting their heart into it.
What else is going to happen today? Henderson's bat goes flying into the stands on a strikeout.
That's not good right there.
See Andy looking at it like, hey, not supposed to be doing that.
Stick to basketball there, right?
Oh, no catch. Love to get that one back. Alonso lost the bat as he flung at that high fastball.
That's going to keep him up tonight. Can't make that catch.
You got to keep that clean, right? You got to catch that.
Out 7 and walked a pair. Contreras 0 for 1 with a walk. First pitch to him, rolled to the shortstop. Betts has it and throws to first. 1 pitch and 1 out in the 6th inning on what was a feeble cut from William Contreras. Christian Yelich digs in, a base hit and a strikeout for Yelich. It was an infield single back in the 1st inning as the bullpen starts to loosen for the Dodgers. Alex Vesia, first man up. That's probably for Frelick would be my guess, but we'll see. Pitch to Yelich. It is a ball on the inside corner. 96 from Glasnow. 1-0 on Yelich. Snapped an 0 for 17 with that base hit in the first. 1-0 is a strike. Inside corner backed it up. 1 ball, 1 strike. Infield covered in shadows. Teoscar Hernandez out and right, basking in the sunlight still. 1-1 pitch. It skips low and in the dirt, and a good block by Will Smith. And the happiest camper about that is the home plate umpire James Hoy. That was headed right for his rib cage. 2-1 on Christian Yelich. Glasnow sets again and deals. And it's a strike right down the middle, belt high. 2-2. So many off-speed pitches from Tyler Glasnow. You can understand from the Brewers' standpoint why they'd be so gun-shy when they see a fastball. 2-2. Line foul, and he was a skosh late on that 97-mile-an-hour heater. He had 20 curveballs, 24 sliders so far from Glasnow. That is way above his norm. 2-2 still on Yelich. Glasnow's pitch. Inside, 97 on the fastball. Count runs full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Andrew Vaughn on deck. And a 1-1 game in the top of the 6th inning at Dodger Stadium, game 3. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and a fastball up and out of the zone, and Yelich strikes out for the 2nd time. 8 Ks for Tyler Glasnow. That would have been ball 4, was up and out. Yelich is having a tough time seeing the baseball out of the hand of Glasnow. Vaughn 0 for 2. Has reached on a fielder's choice, and he is struck out looking. Pitch home. He is down and out. 1 ball, no strikes on Vaughn. 95 pitches and climbing for Tyler Glasnow. 3rd appearance of the postseason. The pitch. It's a strike on the outside corner. Started in the division series. Also came out of the bullpen in game 1 through an inning and 2/3 of scoreless baseball. Here's the pitch. Vaughn took it outside. Went 6 innings of scoreless baseball in game 4. The decisive game 4 for the Dodgers. 2-1 coming. It's low, 3 balls and a strike. Trying to get that next man to the plate is Glasnow approaching that 100-pitch mark. Vesia ready in the Dodgers' pen. Brewers hoping to get there. 3-1 to Vaughn. It's low and back to the backstop for ball 4. So Vaughn reaches on a 2-out walk, sets up Sal Frelick, who's 0 for 2 with a pop-up and a strikeout. And we'll see if Glasnow gets Frelick where Vesey is coming in. And Dave Roberts is on his way out. 99 pitches for Tyler Glasnow, and he will not throw another one. Pretty good outing, though. 5 2/3 innings. Just a run on 3 hits. He walked 3. But Andrew Vaughn will be his responsibility as a U.S. Cellular call to the bullpen has been made. U.S. Cellular, proud to support the Brewers. The game's on. Don't miss your chance to turn off ringers and cheer for dingers. U.S. Cellular, built for us. Glasnow's out. Vesia is in. Brewers still hitting in the 6th on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
Time out of the field.
Gosh, we've gone to Sea Dogs games since we were kids.
I've been coming to see the Sea Dogs for the last 30 years. Great experience.
Everybody here is just bends over backwards to help people out and wish the world was like it is right here at the ballpark.
We've always wanted to be more than just a baseball team. We want to be strong, active, contributing members of the community. And I think that effort is seen by the people and the fans, and they want to support that effort.
Dear baseball fans, swing into action with Toyota's 2025 lineup. Leading off, the RAV4, a utility all-star that delivers in the clutch. On deck, the spacious Grand Highlander, followed by the fuel-savvy Corolla. Next up, our slugger, Tacoma, bringing upper deck power every at-bat. And rounding out the lineup, the playmaking all-hybrid Camry. For more, visit Toyota.com or your local dealer. Toyota, let's go places.
Sal Frelick digs in against Alex Vesia, pitching in his 6th postseason game. 3 innings, 2 runs, 3 walks, 3 Ks. Was really good in the regular season, 3.02 earned run average. You get Sal Frelick with Vaughn aboard at first. Vesia's first pitch is a strike. He's just the 3rd bullpen arm used by Dave Roberts. Used 2 to get the 9th inning of game 1. That was Sasaki and then Trinan. That bullpen for the Dodgers is fresh, to say the least. 0-1 to Sal. Check swing bouncer, foul. Third base side. Almost got it by Muncy, but it was foul. 0-2 on Sal Frelick against Alex Vesia. Base is on full tilt from the speaker system in straightaway center. Vaughn is lead from first. Vesia's 0-2 pitch. Strike 3 call. The fastball right at the top of the zone, and Vesia strikes out Frelick to retire the side. The Brewers strand a runner. Bottom of the 6th coming up. 1-1 game on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, I'm Jessica Gatso. A judge orders Maxwell and...
So the reason I got to Cooperstown is because I played with Cal and I played with Eddie and I played with some of the greatest players ever. And, you know, I just had to figure out how I did my job, and I was honored to have some of the best players that ever played put on uniforms, and they happen to be Oriole uniforms. If there's ever any doubt that I'm 78, all I got to do is look at my old cards and I know.
Freeman coming up against Jacob Mizorowski. 1-1 game. Big test for Miz. Second time through against the beef of the order. Mizorowski kicks and throws to Betts, and a first pitch strike with a slider, and it's 0-1. Betts a double and a line out to center field. It's the only ball that's gone to the outfield against Mizorowski. 0-1. Half swing and a miss at another slider, and it's 0-2. Mizorowski has pitched beautifully. He has seen just one base runner reach. He's retired 10 batters in a row. 0-2 coming back. Misses down and out with another slider. 3 straight sliders to Mookie Betts to open up the sequence. Each team with a run on 3 hits. 1-2 on Betts. Mizorowski deals. Missed down and away. Yanked the slider. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Retired veterans can turn to Network Health for affordable and reliable health plans tailored to meet your needs. Find the coverage you need and health plan experience that you want with Network Health. Learn more at networkhealth.com/veterans. 2-2 on Mookie Betts. The pitch. Strike 3 called. Fastball in the outside corner at 99. 1 away in the 6th. 9th strikeout for Jacob Mizorowski. He looks as good as he did against these Dodgers back in July when he carved them up. Struck out a career-high 12 in that start. Will Smith at the plate. Pitch to him is a strike. Outside corner, and it came back over that edge as Abner Uribe starts playing catch in the Brewers' pen. Couple of Ks for Will Smith. 0 for 2. The pitch. Liner into left center, a base hit. Over to cut it off is Bowers. It's a 1-out single for Will Smith. It's the first base runner for the Dodgers since the 2nd inning. Got a slider down the middle. And a base hit. And here comes Chris Hook to have a conversation with Jacob Mizorowski, who was rolling, and now you got to deal with somebody on base, and Freddie Freeman at the plate.
You know, we talked about that you let him go as long as he can go, and when his stuff starts to tell you something otherwise, that's when you start to make other decisions. I'm sure the Brewers checking with him in between every inning. They're looking at this stuff and going about 7 layers deep on everything that they're seeing with how his stuff is playing. To our eyes, he's been phenomenal so far here tonight. If you're just looking at pitches, I would guess they felt that the number was maybe in that 75 range that they could push him out to, and maybe still even a little bit more than that if he was rolling. So you're getting closer to that number.
Freddie Freeman to face Mizorowski for a second time. Chris Hook out with a trip to the mound, brought to you by Potawatomi Sportsbook. Mizorowski with a man on base for the first time since the 2nd inning. First pitch to Freddie Freeman. Ambush City, and he fouled it back, but he threw a quality pitch, a slider on the inside corner. And Freeman hit it foul. A walk and a strikeout for Freeman. He's 3 for 11 in the series. Big test for Mizorowski. 0-1 pitch to Freddie Freeman. The kick, and here it comes. Missed outside. Ooh, man. James Hoy's had a great zone today, but he just missed one there. That got a lot of the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike. That's a big swing pitch. Miz tries to come back. He's thrown 2 straight sliders to Freddie Freeman. 1-1. Fly ball, left field, peeling towards the seats. Bowers giving it a run, and he's out of room. Lands about 4 rows back in the seats. 1-2 on Freddie Freeman. Thinking about upgrading your windows? Call our friends over at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Built for long-lasting comfort and reliability. Right now, score 0% interest for up to 5 years at PellaWI.com. 1-2 on Freddie Freeman. 69 pitches for Jacob Mizorowski. Runner at first, 1 out, and 1-1 game in the 6th. Here's the pitch. Check swing at a ball high at 99. Didn't miss by much. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Freeman. Abner Uribe ready in the Brewers bullpen. 2-2 on Freddie Freeman. Mizorowski deals, and he missed low. He threw a slider. Freeman didn't chase. Tommy Edman is on deck, who would be seeing Mizorowski for a 3rd time. Check of the runner at first base. See if he goes. 3-2 stays put, and it's down and in, ball 4. First walk issued by Mizorowski. Got ahead of Freddie Freeman, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Could not finish him off. Pat Murphy nodding. All right, go get him, kid. Tommy Edman, the hitter. He struck out twice against Mizorowski. 1 swinging, 1 looking. Go-ahead run at second base for the Dodgers in the 6th. First pitch. Edman, liner, center field, falling fast. It's a base hit. Frelick fires home. There's going to be a play. Vaughn cuts it off, throw to third, not in time. Tommy Edman gives the Dodgers a 2-1 lead on a bloop single to center. Here comes Pat Murphy. 3 straight base runners against Jacob Mizorowski. Single, walk, and a bloop single, and the Dodgers have a 2-1 lead. Bottom of the 6th inning, Abner Uribe is coming in with runners on the corners. The U.S. Sound dealer call to the bullpen. Proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers reminds you that when the game's on, turn your notifications off with us mode. U.S. Sound dealer built for us. Miz, brilliant today. Dodgers, however, have a 2-1 lead on the Brewers radio network.
In baseball, they call the last 2 months of the season crunch time.
You've proven you're good enough to be here, but are you good enough to win? Hi, this is Robin Yount.
You know, we like to stay on topic here, but Squirrel. Squirrel.
What? Where?
Squirrel.
Where?
Oh, no.
How about that? That went right up into the batter's eye, into the camera position. How about that?
That one will fall into the White Sox dugout. Well, it looks like he's still aggravated about being traded away. She's so excited she just threw it back. That was off the ledge, too. We can't get that down.
How do you get out, though? That's the problem. There's no exit.
A lot of fans and collectors will look at the T206 set as the more famous of the sets that were produced in the early part of the 20th century. And certainly they would carry more financial value. But when you talk to collectors, some will tell you that these T205s are actually more physically attractive. They're maybe the most physically attractive cards produced prior to World War II.
Workforce. Their union members construct roads, bridges, buildings, sewer and water lines, and energy infrastructure. Feel the power of a career as a member of the Wisconsin Laborers District Council, where you will earn great union wages, health care, and a pension. Learn why you are worth so much more by visiting liunawisconsin.org. Liuna Wisconsin.org.
2-1 Dodgers, bottom of the 6th inning. Teoscar Hernandez is the hitter against Abner Uribe. 5th appearance in the postseason, gave up a run to these Dodgers in Game 1. Uribe sets and deals to Hernandez, and he misses very outside with 97. Walk 3 batters, one of them intentional in that 9th inning in Game 1. Proved to be the decisive run. 2-1 final in Game 1. Edmond, a good lead at first. Runner at third is Freeman. Pitch to Hernandez is inside, nearly hit him. No margin for error here for the Brewers as they're already into that bullpen for the Dodgers. But L.A. is certainly threatening with only 1 out and runners on the corners in the bottom of the 6th. 2-0 on Teoscar Hernandez. Uribe, deep breath and coming back. Strike on the lower portion of the strike zone with a fastball. 2-1. Fastball velocity a little down for Uribe in the last couple of appearances. He's 97, 96 on that last strike. Typically 99 to 100 of this sinker. 2-1. Hit foul. Better location down and away on that sinker to Teoscar Hernandez. 2 balls and 2 strikes. This is the guy you want if you can roll him up into a double play. That's what Uribe wants. Mizorowski, brilliant. 5 innings of 3-hit baseball. A 3-batter stretch that started with a 1-out single by Smith. Got ahead of Freeman, ended up walking him. And then Tommy Edman on the first pitch hit a slider to center for a base hit. And that scored Smith from second. 2-2 on Teoscar Hernandez. Here's the pitch. And it's low with a slider. Dodgers have been laying off that Abner Uribe slider pretty consistently. He hasn't proven that he's thrown for strikes. 3-2 on Teoscar Hernandez. They'll send Edman, I'm sure. He goes, the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and Edman shut it down as soon as Hernandez struck out swinging. Max Muncy's coming up, 10 for ID on the Brewers Radio Network. Muncy, the hitter in Los Angeles. 2-1 Dodgers with Lane Grindle and Kent Sommerfeld, Jeff Levering aboard. Brewers down a run. They'll have the bottom part of the order scheduled in the 7th against the Dodger bullpen. Throw to first, and he threw it down the right field line. Freeman walks down the third base line to score, and it's 3-1. Brewers gift wrapping a run for the Dodgers. Fired one low to first base, and Andrew Vaughn couldn't pick it. Turang was over there to make sure Edman couldn't get into scoring position, but that's a massive run to say the least for the Dodgers, who now lead at 3-1. Muncy waits, Uribe deals, and he's got a strike. 0-1 the count. The Brewers, time and time again, have taken advantage of plays just like that with their offense. They have not given many plays like that. Oh, 1 to Muncy. Ground ball to second. That's a shame. Turang has it. Throws to first to retire the side. Both runs charged to Mizorowski. 1 will be earned. Dodgers lead at 3-1 as we go to the 7th in Game 3 of the NLCS on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
This update sponsored by UW. A marcar se ha dicho 1-800-998.
Packed with flavor, not sugar. 0 carbs, 0. Or calling the plays from your couch. Carbless is the cocktail that's always game day ready. Crisp, clean, and crafted to win. This season, drink like a champion. Drink Carbless, a proud partner of the Green Bay Packers.
In baseball, they call the last 2 months of the season crunch time.
You've proven you're good enough to be here, but are you good enough to win? Hi, this is Robin Yount. In the sausage business, Usingers knows they're as good as it gets, but they take nothing for granted. They want each link they make to be the best one they've ever made. That commitment to a goal is what makes them a winner. Good isn't good enough. They strive for great. Let's keep winning, and Usingers will keep making sausage. Usingers in baseball, it's just not summer without them.
The chips that you like are not on sale this week, so we're going to have to skip those. Sorry, bud.
Aww. Hi, we're at Woodman's. I'm Clint. I'm Phil. At Woodman's, you don't need a flyer to find hot deals. With our everyday low prices and huge selection, you can find anything you're looking for. And still save big time on your whole grocery bill.
So I can get the groceries I want and save money? Looks like your chips are back on the list.
Yes. Thanks, guys.
It's Woodman's.
This year, it just feels different.
This is way back and way gone. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. He's back, out of here.
This is the Brewers Radio Network.
Get a whole house of new Pella windows for as low as $297 a month with 0% interest for up to 60 months.
Wow. Don't sit on the sidelines, folks. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Brewers are chasing a couple of runs as we go to the 7th inning. It's 3-1 Dodgers. Lane Grindle with the play-by-play.
All right, thank you very much, Jeff. Vesia stays out there on the mound for the Dodgers. They've got Blake Trinan working in the bullpen behind him. First pitch to Caleb Durbin is a little high with a slider. It's 1-0. Durbin's had a good day. He's been on base both times he's come to the plate. A triple, a run scored, a walk, and a stolen base so far for Durbin, who's loved to get that leadoff man aboard and start a rally here in the 7th. Vesia, the 1-0 pitch, is lined down the left field line. This is going to get down, and it's going to roll all the way into the corner. Durbin on the move, and he is on his way to second with a stand-up double. What a day for the rookie Caleb Durbin. $75 to the Mac Fund, courtesy of West Bend, the Silver Lining. And there you go. That's a great way to respond for the Brewers. Get that leadoff man into scoring position. And now here's Jake Bauers. Brewers trailing 3-1. Bauers with an RBI single back in the 2nd inning. That's just the 4th hit of the game for the Crew. Lefty-lefty matchup here, and Vesia's first pitch is a strike on the inside edge. It's 0-1. Bauers has had a wonderful postseason. 4 for 10 so far in the playoffs. Vesia kicks the leg, brings home the pitch, a swing and a miss. Swung through a slider right down the middle, and it's 0-2 on Bauers. Jared Koenig getting loose in the Brewers bullpen. Durbin gets his lead from second. The 0-2 pitch, and fouled back our way. Nearly gets into our booth, just above us. Bauers stays alive, 0-2. Don't miss George Webb's double play meal deal. 7 cheeseburgers, 2 orders of fries for just $17.99. Win, lose, home, or away. Visit georgewebb.com for locations and details. Vesia, the 0-2 to Bauers, and a foul ball, third base side out of play. Just reached the bat out there and flipped a slider out of play. Bauers up there battling. Brewers into this Dodgers bullpen. That has been a tough task for them. Snell went 8 on Monday. Yamamoto a complete game on Tuesday. 0-2 to Bauers, and a pop-up into shallow center. Mookie Betts backpedaling. The shortstop now getting called off by Pajes, who makes the catch in shallow center. No advance from Durbin. There's one away. And that'll get Joey Ortiz to the plate.
Shortstop, Joey Ortiz.
And Dave Roberts is going to make the call to the bullpen. He'll go get Trinan to face the right-handed hitting Joey Ortiz. It is a U.S. Cellular call to the bullpen. around to support the Brew Crew. When the game is on, don't miss your chance to turn off ringers and cheer for dingers. U.S. Cellular, built for us. Brewers have the tying run at the plate here in the 7th inning. And Dave Roberts going to get the veteran right-hander Blake Trinan to come in and face Jake Ortiz here in the 7th. 3-1 Dodgers on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
Brewers fans, with Us Mode from U.S. Cellular, you can keep your eye on the ball, not on your screen. Whether you're inside the stadium, tailgating in the lots, or listening to the game at home, U.S. Cellular wants you to focus on genuine connections with your family, friends, and fellow Brewers fans. That means at game time, you should do less scrolling and more cheering. So eliminate distractions and build connections by setting your phone to Us Mode. Because game day is for cheering on the Brew Crew with your crew. U.S. Cellular, built for us.
Craving something sweet? Step into the flavor of a good old-fashioned bake sale, Quick Trip style. Satisfy your sweet tooth with our premium donuts. Now just $2.99 for a 3-pack. Choose from Quick Trip's fluffy long johns, rich Persians, classic Bismarcks, or ring donuts. So delicious, just like the ones at your hometown bake sale. Quick Trip's premium donuts. Now only $2.99 for a 3-pack. A sweet deal. Too delicious to pass up. So treat yourself today, only at Quick Trip.
Update your home and save big money with Mastercraft Doors at Menards. For over 50 years, Mastercraft has been making quality doors inside and out. Choose from the best in-stock selection of interior and exterior doors ready to take home today. Or design your door your way with our free designer in-store or on Menards.com. Save big on Mastercraft Doors and check out more great deals happening now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Fall is here. Now is the time for great tire deals at Pump's Tire Service. And for tuning into Brewers postseason baseball. Right now, get up to $320 off Goodyear Duratrac tires. Up to $230 in rebates on Bridgestone and Firestone tires. Or up to $190 in rebates on Hankook tires. Pump's Tire Service is here to provide you the best value and service. The Pump's team joins you in rooting on the crew. Visit us at pumpstire.com. Pump's Tire Service. We're in your neighborhood.
It is 3-1 Dodgers. We go to the bullpen again for the Dodgers. Blake Trinan, the veteran right-hander, 37 years old, takes over for Alex Vesia. We've got the first out of this 7th inning after Durbin led off the inning with a double. And the Brewers have gone to their bench. Isaac Collins is going to pinch hit here for Joey Ortiz. Trinan pitched in Game 1, came in and got the final out after walking Contreras. He struck out Terang, and that's how Game 1 ended. Brewers had the bases loaded, trailing 2-1 in the bottom of the 9th inning. Trinan had a rough regular season. Was 2-7 with a 5.40 ERA over 32 appearances. First pitch brought home to Collins, and Collins a fly ball on the infield. Drifting out into shallow right is the second baseman, Tommy Edman. He makes the catch, and there's 2 outs. So Collins got a fastball at 94. He's up there to swing the bat as a pinch hitter, and he popped it up. So 2 down now, and Jackson Churio to the plate for the Crew. Now, Jackson has had 3 really good swings today. He has nothing to show for it.
Number 11, Jackson Churio.
Lined out to Muncy in the first inning. Lined out to Hernandez in right in the second inning. And then hit a hard ground ball at 107 to the shortstop, Mookie Betts, in the 5th. First pitch swinging, and a swing and a miss at a sweeper down and away. It's 0-1. Churio homered in Game 2 to lead off the bottom of the first inning. The 0-1 to Churio. Swing and a miss. Another sweeper off the plate away. Jackson chased it out there, and it's 0-2. And the crowd here at Dodger Stadium on their feet. Brewers got that leadoff double from Durbin. It's getting late in this ball game, trailing 3-1. Like to get something done against this Dodgers bullpen. Trinan brings home the 0-2 pitch and popped up foul and out of play behind home plate. We'll do it again. No balls and 2 strikes. Trinan has had a tough postseason as Jackson now walking it out behind home plate. He is in some discomfort, and Pat Murphy out to check on him. after that swing.
It's a big swing right there, Lane, and that hamstring may have grabbed on him after that cut.
He's trying to stretch it out a little bit. He is definitely in some major discomfort. And Pat Murphy talking to James Hoy. I don't think any decision has been made yet whether or not Jackson will continue this at bat, but I would say it's certainly in the air right now. As much discomfort as he looked like he was in after that swing, we will see what the brand. Yeah, Jackson's now going to just not put any weight on it, and he is skipping off the field.
Oh, man.
That is the last thing you want to see. He put no weight on it as he started to come off the field. He didn't even wait for Brad Epstein, the Brewers trainer, to help him off. He's so upset, I'm sure. And so it looks like Andrew Monasterio is going to continue the at-bat for Jackson Chourio. Tough spot for Blake Perkins now, it looks like, is climbing up the steps. It looked like Andrew was headed to go grab his bat, but it'll be Perkins, and that makes sense. Although Monasterio probably could be ticketed to come into this game as well after Ortiz was pinch hit for. But it will be Perkins that's going to continue this at-bat for the Brewers here. Get you a lefty up there against the righty throwing Trinan. Perkins will get a little time to get himself loose and ready here. But boy, that is just the worst kind of news for the Brewers. We talked about it before the game. You just keep watching every swing. Every time he has to go get a ball in the outfield, you're paying attention to make sure that he looks comfortable doing it. And Jackson Chourio's had to leave this game. So here's Perkins. He inherits an 0-2 count with 2 outs and a runner at second base. James Hoy now inviting him into the batter's box. A little bit of a delay for Trinan. Working out of the stretch, the 0-2 pitch. And a foul off. Out of play down the third baseline. That was the sweeper in the middle of the plate. Blake fouled it off. St. Trinan, when you look at his overall numbers in the postseason this year, not great. It was one bad outing in Game 2 of the NLDS in Philadelphia. 0-2 pitch. Up and in. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Perkins. So Jackson Chourio has left this game. And Blake Perkins trying to make something happen for the Brewers here in the 7th. 1-2 pitch and a chopper foul back behind home plate. Just got a piece of that sweeper at the bottom of the zone. It's 1-2. So now he's seen the sweeper a couple of times. Seen that fastball as well. It's such a tough spot for a guy to come in off the bench and inherit an 0-2 count and try to get yourself back into it. 1-2 is outside. That was the sweeper. He tried to land it on the back door, and Perkins with a very good take. It's 2-2. You've got Bryce Terang in the on-deck circle. Blake is doing everything with this at-bat you could have asked him to. 2-2 pitch, and a swing and a miss. Sweeper that was in off the plate. Blake strikes out, and the inning is over. Brewers can't bring the leadoff double around here in the top of the 7th. We go to the bottom of 7. It's 3-1 Dodgers on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
Dear baseball fans, swing into action with Toyota's 2025 lineup. Leading off, the RAV4, a utility all-star that delivers in the clutch. On deck, the spacious Grand Highlander, followed by the fuel-savvy Corolla. Next up, our slugger Tacoma, bringing upper deck power every at-bat. And rounding out the lineup, the playmaking all-hybrid Camry. For more, visit Toyota.com or your local dealer. Toyota, let's go places.
Fall in Milwaukee, where the air is crisp, the drinks are cold, and the good times are just heating up. Stroll Milwaukee's lakefront and explore its parks as they burst into a kaleidoscope of golds, ambers, and reds. Raise a glass at a beer garden that feels like a neighborhood block party, Milwaukee style. And just as the temps fall, Brewers baseball is turning up the heat. October dreams are made right here. This season, every color, every cheer, every sip, it all comes together in Milwaukee. Craft your perfect getaway at visitmilwaukee.org.
Hey, Milwaukee, are you looking for a win? Try Unleaded 88. Unleaded 88 is available at lots of Wisconsin gas stations. It's cheaper than regular fuel, and it's better for your engine. Unleaded 88 is grown and produced by Wisconsin farmers. When you fill up with Unleaded 88, you save money, reduce pollution, get a cleaner engine, and you support local farmers. That's a win for all of us. Learn more at wibiofuels.org.
This is an ad by BetterHelp.
BetterHelp therapists have helped more than 5 million people worldwide on their mental health journeys. Moments in therapy, like the right question or a safe space to cry or a small win, can really change lives. This World Mental Health Day, we're celebrating the therapists who have helped millions of people take that step forward. If you're ready to find the right therapist for you, BetterHelp can help you start that journey. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at BetterHelp.com/timeout. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/timeout.
This year, it just feels different.
This is way, way back and way, way gone.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out. He's back, out of here.
This is the Brewers Radio Network.
American Family Insurance is always a great call. That's because their agents are always there to protect your dreams.
It's a 3-1 Dodgers lead. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Blake Perkins stays in the game in center. Frelick moves to right. Monasterio comes in to play short. Kike Hernandez leads off for the Dodgers. First pitch from Abner Uribe. Missed inside of the slider. It's 1-0. 7th inning stretch sponsored by IslandResortGolf.com. Now's the time to plan your total experience getaway. Head to where big wins and big fun come together. Visit IslandResortandCasino.com today. 1-0 pitch to Hernandez. A swing and a miss at that slider. And it's 1-1. Dodgers and Brewers were tied at 1 going into the bottom of the 6th inning. Dodgers put together a little 2-run rally. And they're in control right now. Here's a pop-up on the left side of the infield. Monasterio just into the game. Dancing underneath of it on the infield dirt. Makes the catch. And that is the first out of this bottom of the 7th inning. Abner Uribe, for as much as he's worked in this postseason, and as we've talked about, the stuff's a little bit down. Slider hasn't been quite as crisp. He's retired all 3 that he's faced so far. Does have that one big error that he threw up the first baseline that allowed the 3rd run of this game to score for the Dodgers. Here's Andy Pages. Uribe kicks, delivers, and missed down and in with a slider. 1 ball and no strikes. Jared Koenig continuing to get loose in the Brewers bullpen. There's action in the Dodgers pen as well. That's Anthony Banda getting loose for Los Angeles. Uribe's 1-0. Missed inside. That was the sinker at 97. 2 balls and no strikes here on Andy Pages. You've got Shohei Ohtani in the on-deck circle, so one would think this is probably it for Uribe. 2-0 pitch. That caught the inside corner with a slider. Generous call from James Hoy. Looked like it might have been a touch in, but Abner will not complain. 2-1 here on Pages. Uribe, the pitch. Swung on and fouled straight back into the net. And it's 2-2. Pages had the infield single against Mizorowski back in the 2nd inning. He is 1 for 2 today. Just 3 hits in the postseason for Pages. 2 of those coming in the last 2 games. 2-2 pitch. Bounced in the dirt. And the count is full. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes. Brewers will have 2, 3, and 4. Turang, Contreras, and Yelich scheduled to hit in the top of the 8th inning. They have 6 outs to try to get a couple of runs at least, and hopefully that's all they'll need to at least get this thing tied. They need 2 outs here from Uribe still. Righty versus righty matchup here with Pages. 3 balls and 2 strikes the count. Uribe brings home the pitch, and he got him looking. A sinker nailed the low outside corner, and a big strikeout for Abner Uribe, who retires all 4 that he faces here in this contest tonight, and finishes his outing with an Ortho ASAP strikeout of Pages. Start healing faster with Ortho ASAP. Meet with a specialist today. Learn more at orthowisconsin.com. Pat Murphy is out. He has made a U.S. Cellular call to the bullpen. Proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers. They remind you that when the game is on, turn your notifications off with Us Mode. U.S. Cellular, built for us. Jared Koenig coming in to face Shohei Ohtani with 2 outs and nobody on here in the bottom of the 7th on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
Time out of the field. Let's bring in Gina Della from Pella. What's the winning game plan this month?
Wayne, a whole house of new windows for as low as $297 a month with 0% interest for up to 60 months.
Wow, that's a drive you can sustain for years. No penalties, no extra interest.
And unlike opponents, Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin actually stops the drafts.
Don't sit on the sidelines, folks. Make your move today at PellaWI.com.
Restrictions apply. It's 1031-2025. It's a bird bash at Potawatomi. Thursdays, you could win up to $50,000 cash in the Bird Bash Game Show. Just play with your rewards card this October for a chance to win. Wouldn't you like to rake in a huge pile of cash? Bird Bash, only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. More info at Potawatomi.com/birdbash. Must be 21 years old to play.
Truck drivers, don't miss out on the unmatched consistency of a Schneider driving job. At Schneider, you can find a driving position that fits your lifestyle and goals, all while getting the pay you deserve. Plus, Schneider drivers operate state-of-the-art, well-maintained equipment and have access to award-winning benefits and a 24/7 support team. Explore Schneider's huge selection of driving jobs today and find your perfect fit at SchneiderJobs.com. That's SchneiderJobs.com. Dear baseball fans, swing into action with Toyota's 2025 lineup. Leading off, the RAV4, a utility all-star that delivers in the clutch. On deck, the spacious Grand Highlander, followed by the fuel-savvy Corolla. Next up, our slugger Tacoma, bringing upper deck power every at-bat. And rounding out the lineup, the playmaking all-hybrid Camry. For more, visit Toyota.com or your local dealer. Toyota, let's go places.
Shohei Ohtani, the batter, as Jared Koenig takes over on the mound for the Brewers. First pitch, a curveball down and away, and a swing and a miss from Shohei Ohtani. It's 0-1 on the Dodgers' leadoff man. The 0-1 from Koenig, missed down and away with a cut fastball. Ohtani didn't go down there this time. It's 1-1. Ohtani had the triple to lead off the bottom of the first, scored one batter later when Betts doubled into center field. He's grounded out and struck out since. The 1-1, that's down and away. 2 balls and 1 strike. 3-1 Dodgers. Bottom of the 7th inning. There are 2 outs and nobody on. And Koenig just trying to get this game to the 8th inning and see if the Brewers offense has some magic in them here in these final 2 innings. This game very much within reach still for the Brewers. 2-1. Swing and a miss. A little late on a cut fastball at 91. And now Shohei will take his time out. It is fun to watch Shohei Ohtani play this game. I mean, he plays it with a smile. There is a youthful joy to the way he plays the game of baseball. He's so good for the sport. Koenig's hoping he's got a frown on his face heading back into the dugout after this pitch, though.
Where we ride with you.
Go crazy, folks! Go crazy! It's a...
What is it about baseball cards that make them so special? Why do you enjoy doing that?
Well, the biggest thing is I started collecting when I was a kid. O-Pee-Chee. It was a Canadian hockey league, and then the Canadian football. But I didn't start in the U.S. until I had signed professionally as a ball player. And when I got my
5549-1X3. Tax title license and doc fee extra.
Bottom of the eighth inning, 3-1 Los Angeles. Betts, Smith, and Freeman coming up. This was the trio that started the rally in the sixth inning that gave the Dodgers a 3-1 advantage. Smith with a single, Freeman with a walk, Edman with a go-ahead RBI single. First one to Mookie Betts is high from Jared Koenig for ball one. Koenig came in, struck out Shohei Ohtani in the seventh. He stays in to face the beef of the order. Koenig deals, and Betts took a ball low. 2-0. Grant Anderson is starting to play catch in the Brewers' pen. Dodgers are 3 defensive outs away from going up 3-0 in the series as Betts takes a strike on the inside corner with a sinker. All close. Strike count. The offense just has not shown up for the Brewers. Roki Sasaki beginning to loosen in the Dodger bullpen. It will be the middle part of the order as Betts check swing. Did he go? He did. Strike 3. Ortho ASAP strikeout for Jared Koenig. That's his second. And here's Will Smith. Baseball season, better known as Shandy season, baseball fans. Leinenkugel Summer Shandy, refreshing Weiss beer, natural lemonade flavor. Leinenkugel's flavor of the moment. Will Smith, single and a run scored back in the sixth. He's 1 for 3. And so far in the series, 4 out of 11. Takes a first pitch ball inside at 97 from Jared Koenig. 1 ball and no strikes. 1-0 pitch. Down and in. 2 balls, no strikes. Going in on Smith. The pitch is inside. But they wanted it. 3 balls, no strikes on Will Smith. Jacob Mizorowski was fantastic tonight. 5 innings, 3 runs. I should say 3 hits, 2 runs, only 1 earned. 3-0 pitch, and Smith takes low for ball 4. A 1-out walk ahead of Freddie Freeman, who has walked twice and struck out. Baseball's postseason is here. Best versus the best. Bring Wisconsin's best to your party using your Bronze Pine River cheese spread, Cedar Crest ice cream, Wisconsin's finest. Look for Usinger sausage, Cedar Crest ice cream, and award-winning Pine River cheese spreads where you buy your groceries. Pitch to Freeman. Swing and a miss. And a cutter. 0-1 on Freddie Freeman. Three to 1 Los Angeles. 1 out, bottom of the 8th. Pitch to Freeman. In tight. Nearly hit him. 1 ball and 1 strike on Freeman. Koenig trying to roll up Freddie Freeman right now and get the Brewers to the play in the 9th inning. It'll be Vaughn, Frelick, and Durbin. 1-1 pitch. Up and in. That one almost hit him. A couple of fastballs underneath the armpits of Freddie Freeman, and William Contreras will go out and have a chat with Jared Koenig. Again, trying to throw in, but that is very in. Remember, Jackson Chourio left this ball game mid-at-bat in the 7th. I have not heard on what the actual injury is, but we can assume it would be the hamstring, which he has been having a problem with. There have been a couple of swings that he has taken over the course of this series where it looked like it grabbed on him. But this time he could barely put any weight on his leg. In fact, hopped one-legged down into the steps and back into the Brewers clubhouse. 2-1 after the visit. And the pitch to Freeman is a strike. Better fastball. 2-2 on Freeman. Perkins is in center. Sal Frelick is in right. Not a breath of wind on what has been a perfect night in Los Angeles. 2-2 pitch. Bouncer hit towards second. They will get one at first and no return throw. As Monasterio is there covering the second base bag, they get the force out. Thinking about throwing to Freddie Freeman to turn 2. Slow developing play, couldn't do it. So they get the lead runner in Will Smith. Fielder's choice for Freddie Freeman. And Tommy Edman hits. The decisive hit in this game for Tommy Edman. Run scoring single in the 6th. And then he was at first base when Abner Uribe threw over to pick him off. And he threw it down the right field line for the 3rd run. One is low. Freddie Freeman scored from 3rd on that errant throw from Abner Uribe. The run was charged to Mizorowski. Freeman at first. Koenig deals on 1-0. Edman swings and misses. Cutter on the outside corner. Ashby started. Inning in the 3rd, gave up a run on 2 hits. Mizorowski came in and was brilliant for 5. Uribe retired all 4 batters he faced, but the errant throw causing a run to scores. Edman fouls it away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. We would assume that Roki Sasaki would come in to close the ball game in the top of the 9th inning. He's getting ready in the Dodger bullpen. After Glasnow went 5 2/3, allowed a run on 3 hits. Vesia, Trinan, Bonda have gone 2 1/3 innings of scoreless 1-hit baseball. Pitch to Edman. Hit foul as he battles that curveball that was about a foot outside. Dodgers starters in this series have now gone 23 2/3 innings and have given up 2 runs. 1-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. Fastball at 98 on the outside corner, and the inning is over. A walk to Will Smith is all. As we go to the 9th, the Brewers down by 2. 3-1 Dodgers on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
The leader in the dugout, the skipper, the man who riles up the crew with his words of inspiration.
You mean my old ass? Is that what you're saying?
Yep, that's our guy. Brewers manager Pat Murphy joins Wisconsin's Morning News every Tuesday at 8:45 for Brewers 360.
We're a team that the other team's going to feel us. You know, you're not going to walk away from the series and not be felt. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Brewers 360 is sponsored by Outdoor Living Unlimited and Big Fish Contracting.
How was school, Kellen?
Oh, it was okay. I'm kind of missing summer vacation, though. Yeah, we could use a break.
Seriously, you just started.
It takes a while to adjust.
Here's an idea. Would some grasshopper pie ice cream from Cedar Crest do the trick?
What's in it?
Cool mint ice cream with a chocolate marshmallow swirl and chocolate cookie crunch.
I'm in, Mom. Yeah, me too.
Good. It's a new Cedar Crest flavor, and you know I love chocolate.
Look for Cedar Crest at your local grocer or ice cream parlor.
Here's a club you'll want to get into, Club Citgo. It's the super easy app that opens the door to great fuel savings and more. Sign up and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up, plus everyday savings that really add up. You can also enter our sweepstakes with multiple winners and giveaways, like free gas for a year. And Club Citgo makes paying easy with a convenient mobile pay feature. So welcome to the club where all the action is. Download Club Citgo today. Savings could up to 30 gallons, only at participating locations. Data rates may apply.
In baseball, players spend time in the minors before making it. That's not the case with union construction trades like the operating engineers. As a union apprentice, you earn good money while you learn a trade. And graduates from union apprenticeship programs earn 41% more than their non-union counterparts. They even earn more than a typical worker with a master's degree. So if you are ready to earn big league bucks, go to join139.com to learn more.
This year, it just feels different.
This is way back and way gone. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. He's back, out of here.
This is the Brewers Radio Network.
Carbless, a proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers. Premium, ready-to-drink cocktails.
0 carbs, 0 sugar, 0 gluten.
At the ballpark or your local grocery store. Carbless.
Less is more.
Andrew Vaughn leads it off in the top of the ninth inning for the Brewers. They trail it by a score of 3-1. Roki Sasaki is on to try and close it out for the Dodgers. Here's the first pitch to Vaughn. And it's a ball inside. 100-mile-an-hour fastball from Sasaki. Pitched in game one. Walked two. Allowed a base hit. That was the double to Bowers. And allowed a run. 1-0 pitch. He's down and away. 2 balls and no strikes. The Brewers had a good approach against Sasaki in that game one. See if they can get a man on and bring that tying run to the plate. 2-0 on Andrew Vaughn. Sasaki the stretch, and here it comes. There's a strike right down the middle. 2-1. Defensively, Justin Dean takes over in center field. Andy Pajes moves over to right. 2-1 on Vaughn. Here comes Sasaki. Ground ball left side towards the hole. Betts has a jump throw to first, and they got it. Pretty great play by Mookie Betts, who originally came up in the Red Sox organization as a shortstop, moved to second base, then to the outfield because of a guy by the name of Dustin Pedroia. Last year played short. This year he's been the everyday shortstop, and he just made a Derek Jeter-esque play to get Andrew Vaughn. Here's Sal Frelick, and Sal pops it up foul and into the third deck. Pretty good athlete, Mookie Betts. He can play anywhere he wants. Hey, maybe next year he's going to decide he wants to pitch. And I bet he'd be pretty good. Yeah, I think he could be good at anything in any sport. Here's the 0-1. Frelick takes outside and goes back to the backstop on a splitter.
And there's 2 parts to that play. The range to get to the ball in the first place. He made that look easier than it was. And the arm strength and the balance, just incredible play.
1-1 on Frelick. Sasaki deals. Swing and a miss. And it's 1-2. Everybody talks about how he's rolled so many 300 games in bowling. Fine. He can go out and play in the NBA, too. 1-2 on Sal Frelick. Sasaki's pitch outside with a splitter. 2-2 on Sal Frelick. Caleb Durbin is on deck. If anybody reaches Jake Bowers after that. 2-2 to Sal. Popped him up right near the mound. Who wants it? Betts says, I got it. He does. 2 away. Roki Sasaki is searching for his 3rd save in the postseason. And the Brewers down to their final out in Game 3. It's 3-1 Dodgers. Durbin is at the plate. Here's the pitch, and it's high, ball 1. Durbin has reached all 3 times. A triple and a run scored in the 2nd. Walked and stole a base in the 4th. Doubled to lead off the 7th and never moved off of second base. 1-0 pitch. Durbin takes right down the middle. 1 ball and 1 strike on Durbin. 51,000 plus standing at Dodger Stadium. 1-1 pitch. Durbin takes strike 2 with a splitter. Down to their final strike. Sasaki with a high set. Kicks the leg and deals. Struck and out swinging with that splitter. The Dodgers take Game 3. Final 3-1. And they have a 3-0 lead in the championship series against the Brewers. Do or die time, to say the least. We'll be back and give you the totals in just a moment on the Brewers Radio Network.
At Tony Wendorf and Associates First Weber Group, we believe in the human side of real estate. For us, it's faith, family, and friends in that order. We live that every single day. I'm Tony Wendorf. We move fast, negotiate with confidence, and communicate clearly so our clients win. We operate from a place of gratitude, having donated nearly $200,000 back to our community since 2020. You deserve a team that delivers a luxury experience no matter the price point. Contact us today to get started. Tony Wendorf and Associates, trusted knowledge, superior service. Contact us at wendorfteam.firstweber.com.
Want your brand to turn heads and win hearts?
Captivate Exhibits can bring your brand to life by transforming lobbies, creating history walls, and beautifying facilities.
For over 32 years, Captivate has been the MVP of trade show exhibits and workplace design and fabrication. Let Captivate craft immersive branded environments that tell your story boldly, beautifully, and with purpose at events and around the office.
Score big by making your next event or your own space unforgettable. Create something legendary by getting started today at CaptivateExhibits.com.
Are you an HVAC service tech with 5 years or more of experience? Ready to take your career to the next level? Steamfitters Local 601 offers customized training programs designed to help you advance, earn higher pay, and enjoy better benefits. With a clear path to success, you'll get the skills you need for a brighter future. Don't wait. Contact Steamfitters Local 601 today and start your journey toward a rewarding career with more opportunities. Visit steam601.org to learn more. Steamfitters Local 601, keepers of the craft, powering Wisconsin.
For over 40 years, the Boucher Automotive Group is proud to have served Wisconsin with dedication and heart, one customer at a time. But we knew we could do even more.
In the last 5 years, we've expanded across the state, adding new locations, new brands, and new ways to better serve you.
At Boucher, growth isn't always about being bigger. It's about being better. Better selection, better service, better experiences.
Where you're going matters, and Boucher is driven to get you there. The Boucher Automotive Group. We ride with you every mile.
Loyalty, family. Few things are more important. This is WTMJ's Steve Scafidi, and Loyal Family Renovations. They saved the day after a brutal storm in Oak Creek. Hail damage, yeah, I had a lot of it. But Jeff, Jake, and the whole team, absolute pros, made the entire process smooth as can be. Let's be honest, not everyone knows how to deal with adjusters. They handle all the questions, quick answers, top-notch customer service. In just 2 days, my roof was done. If storm damage hits, call the team that made it easy for me. Loyal Family Renovations. Visit loyalfamilyrenovations.com.
Before we we tell you all about our great sponsors of Brewers Baseball, 10 seconds for station identification on the Brewers Radio Network. Milwaukee Brewers Baseball has been brought to you by Citgo, Miller Lite, it's Miller time. Concordia University of Wisconsin, Usinger's Famous Sausage. Usingers in baseball, it's just not summer without them. American Family Insurance, Menards, Prevea Health, Construction Business Group, Wisconsin Infrastructure Investment Now, Delta Dental, Quick Trip, Woodman's Food Markets, Pomp's Tire Service, West Bend Insurance's Silver Lining, U.S. Cellular Built for Us, Carbless, a premium ready-to-drink cocktail, Island Resort